abandoning a futile struggle. Instead, he flashed a disarming smile and shrugged. "You can hardly fault me for trying."
"It is a breach of the agreement of the sands."
The voice, like gravel, showed no hint of understanding. Corin paled. "And what's the punishment for that?"
"You must leave this place. We will trade with you no more."
Corin sniffed in cold disdain. "From what I've seen, I do not wish to trade with you anyway. I'll gladly leave." The guard's grip never lessened on his shoulder.
"There is more, my friend. I say you will leave this place, and you will leave it 3 pounds lighter than you arrived. Gold or silver will suffice."
3 pounds of silver? The gap-toothed grin flashed again.
"From time to time, there have been those who could not pay the fines."
"And did you show them mercy?"
"We found a compromise."
The guard made a slashing chop with the edge of his left hand, stopping just above his own right elbow.
3 pounds.
He made another chopping motion, this time striking just below the right knee.
3 pounds. We compromise."
Corin stared. After a moment, he smiled weakly. "Silver. I can pay in silver."
"You would be surprised how many can."
"But all my coin is with my camel."
"I will come along,"
the guard said amiably.
"I do not mind the effort."
Corin moved as if to leave, and at last the guard released his shoulder. But Corin hesitated, one hand on the tent's flap, then threw a last look back over his shoulder. His eyes were finally adjusted, and in a glance he saw what he had come for. Iriana. She knelt in a corner, all alone. Even the other slaves would not go near her. Her dark skin still showed the bruises from her mistreatment at the slaver's hands, and all the filth could not conceal the stain of blood. But she was undiminished, staring straight at Corin with eyes bright and harsh against the gloom. There was no pleading in them, no forgiveness or accusation, not even hope. There was only an unyielding, unspoken demand. "Rescue me." Corin rolled his eyes, then turned back to the guard. "Listen, may I ask your name?"
"I am called Razin."
"Of course you are. Razin, the agreement is already broken. If I must pay 3 pounds of silver, will you at least allow me the transgression I am paying for?"
"You have already stayed here far too long."
"Some moments more will barely count at all. I might yet find another pound of silver." The guard glared for a long moment. Then he grunted.
2 more.
Corin nodded right away. Razin nodded back and tapped Corin's shoulder.
5 pounds, then. One way or another.
Razin returned to his place just inside the tent and stood watching his new benefactor. Corin licked his lips and turned away, pretending to survey the whole crowd of waiting slaves. At last he made a show of noticing the girl alone. He cocked his head in curiosity, then drifted her direction. The unfortunates he passed did not cry out to him. They shrank away, trembling, and he was grateful for that. He had no wish to meet their eyes. He couldn't have met their eyes. Iriana held his gaze. Her eyes were dark and commanding. Corin stopped, standing over her, and spoke under his breath in the civilized language of his homeland. "I warned you not to run away." She shrugged one shoulder like a queen, despite her chains, and answered in imperfect Ithalian.
"I am a prisoner either way."
Corin looked around. "I kept you better than this."
"A slave is a slave. At least this way I will earn someone some silver."
"We would have found far more than silver at Jazili."
"You are a fool for thinking it. Jazili is a place of tragic loss. It is not a treasure trove."
Corin grinned. "Care to prove me wrong?"
"You do not have wealth enough to win me from this place."
He shrugged. "I know a trick or two."
"You cannot beat these men with tricks. They only answer to violence and gold."
Corin turned in place, feigning